Today, we'll explore prompt engineering and understand why it's such an essential skill for AI engineers. Traditionally, a user provides a query, and this query is called a prompt. It is passed to the LLM, which processes it and generates an output. Prompt engineering improves this process by crafting clear, effective instructions and adding them to the user's query before sending it to the LLM. The instruction defines rules to follow, the communication style, the purpose, and the overall goal. This greatly improves the quality of the output produced by the LLM. So we can think of prompt engineering as an intermediate step before sending the user's query to the LLM. In this step, we apply various techniques to enhance the query with clear and effective instructions. So what are the main techniques used in prompt engineering? Let's go over the most important ones. 1. Few-shot prompting. In few-shot prompting, we include a few input-output examples in the prompt to guide the LLM's behavior and help it understand the desired pattern. For example, if we want to use an LLM as an English to French translator, instead of just sending the query, "Where is the train station?" we can first provide a few English to French translation examples and include them in the prompt as part of the instruction. This way, the LLM can follow the same format, tone, and style we desire by following the format of provided examples. 2. Zero-shot prompting. In zero-shot prompting, we only provide an instruction for the translation task without including any specific examples. For example, we can give an instruction like translate the following sentence into French. This makes the task clear and helps the language model understand exactly what to do. 3. Chain of thought prompting. In this technique, we ask the model to reason step by step before giving the final answer. In its few-shot setup, we encourage a step-by-step reasoning by including examples that demonstrate this reasoning process. In a zero-shot setup, we ask the model just to reason step by step before answering. This often improves the quality of the LLM's output. 4. Role-specific prompting. In role-specific prompting, we instruct the model to take on a specific role or persona. For example, we can instruct the model by saying, "You are a financial advisor." This helps the LLM generate more accurate and context-appropriate responses. 5. Prompt hierarchy. In prompt hierarchy, we establish different levels of authority within the instructions. A typical setup includes a system message where hidden instructions define the model's behavior, guardrails, and high-level goals. This instruction is known as the system prompt. A developer prompt contains instructions from the application developer that define formatting roles and customize the LLM's behavior. And finally, a user prompt, which is just the user's direct input or question. Together, these three levels form the complete prompt that is sent to the LLM. While these are the most common prompt engineering techniques, there are many others as well, such as negative prompting, where we include do not instructions that specify what the model should avoid doing. Iterative prompting, which relies on trial and error to refine and discover the most effective instruction. And prompt chaining, where we break a complex task into smaller, more manageable steps and guide the model through them in sequence. For example, instead of directly asking an LLM to determine if a product is healthy from an image of its ingredients, we can first ask the LLM to extract the text from the image and then decide if the product is healthy. What are the principles and best practices? Here are some key principles and best practices to keep in mind when designing your prompts. 1. Start simple. Begin with straightforward prompts, then gradually move to more complex ones. For example, start with a simple request like, summarize this article. Once that works well, expand it to something more detailed, such as summarize this article in 2 sentences for a startup founder. 2. Break down tasks. Divide complex tasks into smaller, manageable steps. For example, instead of asking, write a full research proposal on education, start by prompting step by step. List 3 main challenges of the education system. Then suggest possible research directions for each challenge. And finally, combine these ideas into a short proposal. 3. Be specific. Clearly state what you expect in terms of format, style, and desired outcomes. For example, say, write a 2-paragraph summary in a formal tone, use bullet points for key facts, and conclude with one recommendation. 4. Include necessary information. Adjust the prompt length to strike a balance. Be concise, but detailed enough for the model to understand the task clearly. For example, instead of saying, write a report, provide essential context like, write a 1-page report, summarizing the key findings from the attached experiment results, focusing on model accuracy and failure cases. That wraps up a quick overview of prompt engineering, what it is, how it works, and how to use it effectively. To learn more about prompt engineering, check out the links in the description.